We have the Fresh FM app, and once you click on it, once you download it, you see the stations that we have, not just Fresh FM Lagos. You also get to listen to Fresh FM Ibadan, Fresh FM Abeokuta, Fresh FM Adoekiti, Fresh FM Akure, and Fresh FM Oshogbo. You also get to listen to Tiwan Tiwa in Ibadan. It's an indigenous radio station, as well as Blast FM in Ibadan as well, which is an urban radio station. So you have a wide array of radio stations just on your phone, all through. Just you get to listen to all of them all in one app. So thank you once again for choosing us and for loving us as well. We always appreciate your feedback as well. Thank you very much. You know, for someone to get feedback, they have to listen. They have to buy your products or use your service for them to be able to give you feedback. And that is one thing we do not take for granted. So thank you and keep them coming. My name is ADENIKE, LANLEHIN, and I'll be with you from now till 9 o'clock on the program we call Freshly Pressed. This is where we look at the front pages of the newspapers, and right after that, the Monday edition of the program, we bring you the headlines and we open the phone lines to you. So you get to analyze these news stories for us. So you let us know what you think about the stories. That's it for Mondays. But Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, we usually have analysts in the studio, and they get to analyze these news stories for you and I. And after that, we then open the phone lines to you. So that's how we do it. So today being Monday, it's all about you. So once I'm done giving you the headlines from all these newspapers, we open the phone lines and you get to call in. You can save the numbers right now: 0916 201 1053. You can also call Fresh FM Lagos on 0905 668 1053. We're live on Facebook as well. You get to watch us present the program live at Fresh FM Lagos. So that is the handle that you should look out for on Facebook. I really hope your weekend was beautiful. I hope it went exactly how you planned it. Probably you had plans to attend a family function. I hope you got to do that, or you just planned to rest all through the weekend. I really hope you got to do that as well. I mean, nothing annoys me more than me planning to have a me day. Like, I just want to be all by myself, and the complete opposite happens. I mean, I will throw a tantrum, honestly. So I really hope that you got to rest if that was what you had planned to do. I mean, imagine planning to rest all day and you just have people showing up, calling you. Like, I would be so angry, But again, I'll be angry because now I'm forced to perform. I mean, that I really want them around. When really, though, I just want to be by myself. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. So before we go into the papers, I just wanted to talk about something. I had plans to talk about something entirely different, but something happened this morning in my estate, shortly. Maybe about around 6:30 a.m. this morning, because I live in the local government chairman, where I reside, stays in my estate, or he has a property in my estate, so he stays there once in a while, or a couple of times. I mean, maybe most of the time, because I see him almost every day. So and allegedly he loves trouble, allegedly, so I'm not going to mention his name. Allegedly he loves trouble, but this morning was just a very weird one, because estates, they usually have levies. They call them estate dues. I mean, you live in an estate as well, probably you do, so you understand what I'm talking about. So they have levies. Even if you live on the streets, usually these days, especially when there's security, they have a lot there and everything, they levy everyone. Could be 100 naira per month, 5,000 per month, 100,000 naira per month, depends on where you live. I think mine is maybe 10,000 naira or 5,000. I think it's 10,000 naira or something, per month. So they levy everyone. So via this levy, you know how it goes. They clean the streets. They pay the cleaners, the security people. They just do a lot of work, with this monies, and everyone, most people, they tend to pay, and they usually have what they call enforcement days, when they when they realize that a lot of people have really not paid their levies. So I think what they do is you get stickers. They have estate stickers that you put on your cars. So once you have the sticker, they know that you paid your I think it's monthly. So once you have your sticker on, they automatically know that you paid your levy for the month. So today, one of those days, they started enforcement this morning. They already put it in the group that they'll be having enforcement today, Monday, February 3rd. Good. So when you're driving out, they have these barricades. I mean, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, but for someone who is listening who doesn't understand, that's why I'm breaking it down like this. So what happens is, on enforcement days, they have barricades, so you're not able to drive out on, if you don't have that sticker, you get me? So if you don't have it, some people tend to beg, or maybe I think maybe they have POS on standby, so you pay immediately. You understand me? Good, right? So like around 6:30, I just heard noise. Like it was a whole lot, fighting and everything. What is going on? Lara Kutkutu Monday, I just shrugged it off. Like I'm certain that it would. I said to myself, like I'm certain it's someone who doesn't want to pay, or probably who hadn't paid their levy, and they were fighting. In my head, I was thinking that's so unreasonable. You're yet to pay. You beg and you keep it moving. When it was time for us to leave the house, I was asking my husband, because I had to tell him, you know how it is with you men of the house. We push you people to come back and tell me what happened. You know, right? You go. Anyway, so I told him, go look what happened. So he came back and said, oh, it was a chairman of the local government. I mean, I don't know what happened, but of course it probably, because I was hearing the argument. And it was a matter of, maybe he wanted to drive past based on self-recognition. Oga, it's little money. See, this is not a matter of Olokpa doing stuff in the bus. You get me? I don't even understand why you're fighting, embarrassing yourself over like 10K that you're supposed to pay. And this was the same man whom there was a time, they boggled his car and he got all the security guys in the estate, packed them to Kirikiri. I'm not kidding. So, and I was just saying to myself, for the umpteenth time, a lot of our public officials are very lawless. That's exactly where I'm going. They beat traffic lights. I think laws, or rules are mere suggestions to these people. Or they feel like these rules or laws are for us, not for them. That's why you'd see a president, and I'm talking from the time of Goodluck Jonathan to Buhari, down to Tinubu, they would come to Lagos, for example, and shut down the roads, making lives, making our lives unbearable on those days that they are in town. Why are you doing this? Why? They hate, honestly, I don't think they like laws. I don't think so. That's why sometimes they even flout court rules, because to them, these are mere suggestions. I see no reason why, as a local government chairman who lives in an estate and you know that you like this estate, it shouldn't cost you much to pay these levies. The levies should not be free for you because you're the local government chairman. The estate is safe not because of you, but in spite of you. Because the fact that you even live in that estate, we see the kind of people that you hang around with every now and then. They even make some people unsafe in the estate. But people don't get to complain. Just pay your levy. It's not a lot of money. You're always fomenting trouble every now and then. You should actually lead by example. As the local government chairman, people should see you and see leadership in you. Not every time throwing a tantrum, being troublesome in the estate. It's so embarrassing. And I'm also saying this, though, on a general note. People who live in a state, just pay your levies. It's really, that's why the estate is still breathing, right? Pay your levy. Sometimes these monies are maybe like 5K. And the reason I'm saying it's like 5K is because, see, you're probably driving a 12 million naira car. So why I'm sorry though, maybe it's a wrong analogy, but to me, I think it is. You're driving a 15 million naira car, you're driving a 25 million naira car, and you can't pay 10,000 naira a month. You can't pay 5K a month. Your property is about 120 million, and you cannot pay 5,000 naira a month. Please, riddle me this. To me, it just does not add up. So again, on a broader note to public officials, please be law-abiding. The laws are for you as well. The laws are not just for us. Stop beating traffic light. Please be reasonable. Be law-abiding. You cannot be telling Nigerians to be law-abiding and be acting like you're Puerto Rican. You're Nigerian as well. Be law-abiding as well. Thank you very much. Good morning. Anyway, let's get into the papers this beautiful morning. We'll be looking at papers like Vanguard newspaper, The Nation newspaper, Nigerian Tribune, The Guardian, The Punch newspaper, and lastly, Daily Trust newspaper. Honestly though, yeah, I'm done ranting. But a part of me actually found it very hilarious because I'm thinking very early in the morning on a Monday morning, you're fighting over estate dues. Really though? What are your plans for the week? Anyway. So let's begin. You can get on Facebook too, and watch, see the front pages of the newspapers as we are reading them out. Let's begin with stories on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Quickly this morning, oil marketers expand borrowings by 76.5% to 3.0 trillion naira. 3 trillion naira. Again, First Bank abuses court process. That's according to GHL. Nasima Naka slammed presidential aide for threatening fresh electricity hike. 28 passengers brought to death in Ondo auto crash. Telecom tariff hike. Federal government meets NLC leaders over tomorrow's protest. Nigeria, Africa under pressure as Trump slams a tariff on Canada, Mexico and China. First Bank, why banks cannot comply with order lifting restrictions on GHL's account. All the details and more can be found in today's Vanguard newspaper. Get a copy this morning. Moving to the front page of the Nation newspaper, still on First Bank, why banks cannot comply with order lifting restrictions on GHL's account. Presidency to Atiku, El-Rufai Obi and others, we will meet in 2027. GHL, First Bank's alleged appeal of order, lifting Mariva abuse of court process. I get a copy of the Nation newspaper this morning to read all the stories and more. Nigerian Tribune says on 2027, Northern Leaders Coalition proponent write off for PDP. No positive order made on court processes to bind banks on GHL. That's GHL. That's coming from GHL. 30 passengers brought to death in Ondo crash. May their souls rest in peace. A Lagos speakership at Tinubu not reinstating Obasa. That's according to a source. Middle-aged man killed in Ibadan. Police launch manhunt for killers. Get a copy of Nigerian Tribune this morning to read all the headlines today. The Guardian newspaper, anxiety over oil output exploration as 55 licenses expire this year. Experts, CDWR fault electricity telecom tariffs hike. Obi decries the plight of pensioners, calls for humane leadership. Telcos prepare 50% tariff hike set for rollout in March. State governors and lustful appetite for more airport. Obasa's ousting divides APC as factions battle for control. O&O announces 65.5 billion naira profit, 4.1 trillion naira revenue in 2024. Unilag chapter plans a protest as Southwest MDCAN begins strike today. Get a copy of the Guardian newspaper and read all the stories today. The Punch newspaper is up next. Electricity tariff hike looms as federal government plans to end subsidy. Dangote price slash and marketers with imported fuel fear losses. Dealers say stiff competition forces Dangote refinery price slash to 890 naira per litre. NCDC tightens airport surveillance as Uganda battles Ebola. I believe Ladaja has information on Bolaige's murder. That's according to Akonde. Get a copy of the Punch newspaper this morning to read all the stories and more today. Lastly, let's look at the front page of Daily Trust newspaper. 30 dead, 2 injured in Ondo auto crash. NLC nationwide strike against Telco's tariff hike. An error. That's coming from some stakeholders. All marketers now loading petrol from Port Harcourt to Warri refineries. That's coming from Petron. Federal government plans a fresh electricity tariff hike. Consumers react. Muslims in Southwest have right to set up Sharia panels, so that's coming from JNI. All the details and more can be found in today's Daily Trust newspaper. Get a copy this morning. Good morning to you once again, and a big thank you to all the journalists who worked tirelessly behind all the headlines that we brought to you this morning from papers like Vanguard newspaper, the Nation newspaper, Nigerian Tribune, the Guardian newspaper, the Punch newspaper, lastly Daily Trust newspaper. Thank you so much for your hard work and your time and your sacrifices as well, actually. Good morning to you once again. My name is ADENIKE. LANLEHIN. Welcome to Freshly Pressed. The numbers to call if you'd like to talk about any of those headlines this morning is 0916 201 1053 or 0905 668 1053. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the conversation this morning. So what we're going to do today is let's just limit everything to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We have our first caller on the line already. Good morning to you. All right, we lost that. Please try call us back 0905 668 1053. You can also call Freshly Pressed on Fresh FM Lagos on 0916 201 1053. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're Fresh FM Lagos. Hello. Good morning. All right, we lost that. Please try call us back 0905 668 1053 or 0916 201 1053. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the conversation this morning. So we looked at headlines like on telecom tariff hike rather. Federal government meets NLC leaders over tomorrow's protest. Good morning to you, Fresh from Lagos.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm okay. I'm calling from
Akwagon, good morning to you, sir. Thanks so much for calling, sir.
Yes. you very much indeed.
Yes, sir.
I want to comment on the petroleum sector.
All right, please shoot,
And
sir.
that it gladdens my heart that the marketers on their own have affirmed that they are loading products from both Port Harcourt and Warren refineries.
Yes, sir.
And when this news broke about maybe a month or 2 months ago, some of the popular callers on this station, they said it was a fake news, that you are not doing anything. One of the popular caller engineer told everybody that Wando has a lot of input, ownership in the NNPCL, and to that extent that the thing with the refinery will not work. They said so many falsehoods on this petroleum sector, which I think they will call to now come and say, I see the reality on ground, contrary to what they said. All of them, without exception, that the government, I'm not praising any government, but I'm saying that people should be careful about what they say on national radio to spread falsehood. To the extent that Oando Nisuru now, Oando was quoted to be the one that will take over the interest in the NNPC. So I'm happy that we are getting there gradually. That is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, sir.
That all the negative pronouncements, myself, I didn't even have belief that it didn't work. But now that the thing is working, I just say thank God for it. And that even Rwanda, first quarter of this year, they declare more than excess of 1 trillion in the operational income. So we should just have patience and believe that if we cooperate with any government in power, either this government or any government, and we don't work as vandals or people as saboteurs, we'll get to the promised land. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, sir.
I'm not happy, I'm suffering. I'm suffering as I'm here. But
Okay, sir.
I still believe that Nigeria will be great if all of us cooperate, and that after losing the election, for the next 4 years, we continue to fight.
Thank you
and
so
a lot
much,
of negative things about the country. We should work together.
All right,
and the country will be great for all of us.
Amen.
We may not
Thank
be
you,
here
sir.
for our children, our grandchildren, who will enjoy this. See what is happening. Please, we should work together to make Nigeria great.
Thank you so much, Akwagun. Thank you very much, sir. I was going to respond, I was going to say something while you were talking, but I also wanted you to land because you wanted me to, to just hold on. First, and to begin with, I think when we mention names, it just sounds like we're attacking people, because every other person, they try as much as possible not to mention your name, even when they disagree with you. But when you specifically call out certain people, it sounds like a direct attack, at those people. That's one. Two, when the government comes up with, certain, how do I put it? When the government says, oh, we're about to do this, we're working on this, because Nigerians have seen these kind of pronouncements, they've heard this kind of pronouncement, there is lack of trust. I mean, you said it as well, Akwagun. You said it yourself that you didn't even believe in it. Other people didn't believe as well. And fortunately, we're hearing a different story this morning, from the papers. I think we need to allow people believe whatever it is they want to believe. And if we're to disagree with them, we should disagree with them, with civility, as opposed to saying that, oh, they're peddling falsehoods, or they are saboteurs. They don't want the country to, to progress or whatever it is. And that's not the case. No one is more Nigerian than the other person. I know that you, Akwagun, you absolutely love this country and you want this country to work. The same thing for Engineer Nee as well and other people, that call the station. Everybody wants this country to work, because a Nigeria that doesn't work favors absolutely no one. A functioning country favors all of us. So I'm sure that Engineer Nee wants the country to work, but of course the lack of trust is there. A lot of people don't trust our politicians. They don't trust the government. They've seen it happen over and over again, and that's why there's a lack of trust. And it's just something we're dealing with right now. So I don't think we should fault them for not believing in it. Some people would say, you know what, let it happen first. Let's see what's going to happen first. That's it. But thank you all the same, Akwagun, for calling always. Good morning to you. We're Fresh FM Lagos. Hello? Oh my. Hello, good morning to you. All right, please try to call us back. Good morning, Fresh from Lagos.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing today, sir?
Hallelujah, I get you. My name is Nelson from Ikotu.
Mr. Nelson from Ikotu. Thanks so much for
God
calling.
Bless Mr. Aguadino.
Amen.
I want you people that in charge of news media to know that what you people are dishing out, you are just like an angel sent by God. what you are saying on that your radio, on that your office, is more than you realize. I did not believe in somebody. That does not permit me. I should be lying against that person. See, when you don't believe, take it as a point of, as level of you don't believe. Not that you be stuck as if you are there. And you have to be one that this is not working. If you say you are doubting it, people will know you are doubting it. I'm trying to back my uncle Apagwadi this morning.
Okay, sir.
Nigeria should stop this thing. Let me talk to you. My brother lives in Lekki.
Okay.
When that Lekki Toge happened, I was arguing with him that Badmus was died. What's the name of that woman? I was arguing with him that this woman died in Lekki, they shooting. Later it was live. So we need to bring our proof at the level of what we can debate. Some people will go and say lie as if we were there.
Oh, okay.
So
You said, okay, you initially said that. Okay.
We are all Nigeria. We are all Nigeria. What we are saying is that when you don't see something, don't say it. You may say you know. Some people will tell you as if they are there.
All right.
Okay, in the office now, can I be telling you that auntie that you are lying? That is too much of me. So you don't believe in somebody does not mean that if that person comes with somebody, you don't know how to prove. You tell the person the one that is lying. We need to maintain our anger in this country. We need to be focused because of politics or cyber or whatever. Whatever somebody brings, you just want to condemn it and in a deadly way. So what we see, we need to maintain it.
Okay, sir.
Is right.
Okay,
all
sir.
these people, they will just come and begin to share it.
Okay.
Thank you all those countries go about. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Mr. Nelson from Ikorodu, from Ikotun rather. Good morning to you, Fresh from Lagos.
Good morning. Now that you can listen to me and hear me, Engineer Nee from Naba.
Okay, Engineer Nee, thanks so much for calling, sir.
Yeah, all of them are. You even mention my name. I never said it did not work. I'm an engineer. I'm also a naval officer who has worked in both Warri and Port Harcourt. I know that our refineries can work. And I even never mentioned or handle. So that is misquoting me in the first place. I say, Mr. President and his cronies have bought 49%.
Allegedly, sir. Can we use allegedly?
Everybody knows about.
Allegedly.
And now coming to the issue of petroleum
Engineer Nee, please use the word allegedly, please. Thank you, sir.
Allegedly, everybody has said it, and it is in the news.
The president, the president as well.
Look at
No, sir.
Petroleum issue. Now that they say upstream crude oil is going down, the price is going down in the international market. Yes. Now the price of fuel should come down.
Okay.
If Port Harcourt and Warri refineries are working, and if they belong to Nigerians and they are not in the hand of private people, then what we have to work for us that we should be able to be transparent enough to bring the price of fuel down. Dangote said that the price of fuel will come down to about 800 naira. Now, what happens to our own refinery? We should be able to compete favorably for the masses to afford buying fuel at a lower cost than what even the Dangote said will sell. I even expect Dangote to export his own product, and we get excise duty interest rate from him, taxes from him. Then our own refinery should serve us with some rebate for Nigerians to buy. That is what I am shooting at, and it should be supported by every meaningful Nigeria that is not a spent force or anti-people. That is my own comment about that. Then the APC and Mr. President has said all the opposition will meet in 2027. Yes, do they want to rig again? That is a clear call to all Nigerians. There is no reform they are bringing about in the electoral process. Let them see what they have to offer. What INEC is offering us now, and what RAN needs.
All right,
they are not in majority.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Engineer.
8 million votes is not a majority out of about 40 million in Nigeria.
Right. Thank you so much, Engineer Nee. That was 30 minutes extra for you, 3 minutes. Good morning to you.
Kemi.
Good morning.
Why am I always calling you Kemi?
It's fine. Good morning to you, sir.
Kemi and Anike, somehow similar.
Yes, they really are actually. Thank you, sir. Good morning,
we thank God for another day.
Yes, sir.
We are all still alive, and we can give God the glory.
Yes, sir.
You know, the problem we have is that people know the economy is not good, and they are ready to attack any other person except Tinubu. That's just the truth. Even during the primaries, Oshibajo had so many enemies. The man had every right to contest. They said, why is he contesting against his father? So it's not as if they don't know the... If you listen to most of these scholars, they will attack Abu, they will attack everybody. But once you met Tinubu, there is a popular radio station. He said I should stop calling him because of Tinubu. After Tinubu won, now he's calling me. I cut him off. He will call me, I say, I don't call him again. He told me, he said, I can talk about anybody. I talk about Tinubu and his enemy. So these are the things that you see. They don't care whether the economy is okay. As far as Tinubu is involved, they will defend him. And he's the one that is taxing up. Look at the subsidy is gone. Look at where subsidy is gone has taken us to. Now they want to electricity tariff. The same thing.
Right,
and when we want to talk now, we will exonerate Tinubu. The man is a taskmaster. CNLC now, they want to go on strike for
protesting. They're staging a protest tomorrow.
But they want to increase the electricity tariff. They are not doing anything about it. The things that price feel are going up. They are not doing anything about it. Is it the people that in my area here, the mass we have, area where they want to come and put this, they will disturb them.
All right, sir.
Is it their fault? So these are some of the things that we have, and you have somebody that can do no wrong. What kind of a country is this?
Okay,
I beg.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ambrose. Thanks so much for calling. On 2027, Northern Leaders, coalition proponents write of PDP. Something similar on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Presidency to Atiku, El-Rufai, Obi, others. We will meet in 2027 with the writer. No alternative to APC, says Masari. Why opposition leaders can't not be president? Lukman saying that. I was asking Samuel Adil, I think it was last week, it was on Friday, that, is this the end of the People's Democratic Party? I mean, that's something similar that you can find on the front page of Nigerian Tribune. Northern Leaders, coalition proponents, write-off for PDP. Ex-military leaders, others stakeholders endorse coalition. Good morning to you. We're Fresh from Lagos. Hello, good morning. We can't hear anything. All right, please try call us back. Good morning to you, Fresh from Lagos.
How are you? Good morning.
Please turn down the volume on your radio, please.
I'm calling from Island.
What is your name? All right, please try and call us back. When next you call the radio, please just turn off your radio. Just turn down the volume completely. 0905-668-1053. Good morning, Fresh FM Lagos. Hello. Good morning, sir. Your name is? Mustafa Williams. Where are you calling us from, sir?
I'm calling from a corridor here.
Thank you so much for calling, sir.
I just keep emphasizing to all Nigerians is that we should just concentrate. I mean, the psychologists, they tell us that in the world we have two circles of concerns, two circles. The circle of concerns and the circle of influence. The circle of concerns are involve those areas where we just bother ourselves. We don't actually have control over them, like electricity and what have you. We continue to fight, and then, of course, we cannot wake up one morning and take a decisive decision. But the circle of influence, we all have them. Let us focus more on our circle of influence. In the area, for instance, now I can decide to develop myself academically. Government won't tell me don't do it. I can decide to look at the businesses into which I want to venture into.
Yeah.
Government can tell me don't do it.
Yes.
So many things that I can do to develop myself. Otherwise, we'll just continue to ranting every day. If those who are saying Tinubu is not performing, let them bring their own choice, their choice person. Let them bring it tomorrow. We might even complain. Our complaint might even be worse than that of what we are doing in Tinubu's area. So, that everybody is just trying to paint, to sell his own person. That's the only thing I can see in this issue.
Okay.
So, let us focus on what we can do to develop ourselves and also look at areas where we are doing so much harm to this country. A lot of people condemn me. In their offices, they take bribes. So a lot of people who are businessmen, they do things. A lot of market women, they sell fake items. And we come on radio, we blame everything on government. Have a nice day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Mustafa Williams. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for your thoughts this morning. I'd like to quickly say something, because when he talked about circle of influence and, circle of concern and all that, instead of focusing on things that we really cannot control, we should focus on the ones that we can control. But sometimes, Mr. Mustafa Williams, the ones that you think you can control are actually, heavily dependent on the ones that you cannot control. Of course, you can't control whatever happens with power and everything. Okay, work on yourself. But there are so many things you need to do that, is heavily reliant on electricity, for example. It's heavily reliant on good roads, not unnecessary traffic situation happening, on basically, a working country. I remember one of my callers who called in last week, and I so much held on to it. I think he called in from Ikorodu and said that Nigerians have never experienced they've never experienced a working government, like a working Nigeria, in Nigeria that functions properly, that we've never experienced it before. And it is absolutely true. If you go to other countries and you see how things work, you really won't be saying, so, you really won't believe heavily in circle of influence or circle of, concern, because you expect your government to do at least the basics for you. You don't want to have a headache thinking about other things. You have loved ones abroad who yell who scream at the amount of money we pay on school fees in Nigeria on our kids, because at least to a particular level of education for your children, it is free in saner climes, in good countries. You then have to worry when they leave secondary school or high school or whatever it is that they call it in, whatever country that they are. But here it is, you pay heavily for rent, you pay heavily for school feeding and everything. It's strenuous. So there really is no time for you to even focus on other things. There really is no time. But at the same time, we say thank you to you. You also talked about, Nigerians, some people not being honest themselves, and they also critique the country, they critique our leaders. It's absolutely true. I agree with you. But at the same time, I think people can talk and chew gum at the same time. See, we know how much is being siphoned by politicians in the country. And you cannot see that and not scream about it. So I think people really should also critique their leaders as well. What they budget for cars. Look at our retired generals. What is being, budgeted for them after retirement? $20,000 on extra codes whenever they travel for health reasons. That's preposterous. People really should complain about that. So it's not a matter whether you're being dishonest or you're being an honest person. It is staggering. Nigerians really should complain. But again, thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa. Thank you. Good morning to you, Fresh from Lagos.
Yeah, Engineer Niyi, please let me react to
please, sir, let's do 30 seconds so we can. 30 seconds, sir.
I'm into PRT. Promised to give us more vehicles, and we bought our own. And they are controlling the price. We are forced to sell 5 of our buses last week because we cannot meet the bottom line. And
all right, sir.
The diesel cost, the road, the price we are charging, we cannot meet it. We can't pay salaries.
All right.
When government is controlling everything, there is no. As a barber, you don't have electricity to charge your instrument. There is no light. Then how much do you want to charge your thing? And to buy petrol is very high for you. How much do you want to charge?
All right, Engineer.
People are going for just stretch your hair and go out. That is the thing. Government is ready.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer Nee, because we still have people who are yet to call in at all, and they're actually trying. So I don't want it to be like we give a preferential treatment to certain people. 0905-668-1053. Good morning, Fresher from Lagos.
Good morning, ADENIKE.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Thank you. How was your weekend, sir?
Calling from Mission.
Pastor Sunday, thank you so much for calling, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. If you observed last week, you can see that I didn't call at all.
Yes, I know it is.
And one of the reasons was that this platform is being turned to creating enmity within ourselves. But if we all sit down and observe what has been happening since May 29th of the year 2023, the question is, who is enjoying Nigeria and who is suffering Nigeria? The simple answer is that the rich continue to enjoy Nigeria while the poor continue to suffer Nigeria, because you reduce to 20 naira, 15 naira from fuel of 1,000 something, and you expect me to jump up and say the boat is working when they met the fuel at the rate of 185 naira.
Okay, sir.
Dollar was how much when this government came in? So I don't see talking, and the people bastardizing everybody's opinion and all that. It won't help us. Let us be sincere with ourselves. Our leaders are not doing us any good. If one of the poorest states, according to the analysis, just budgeted the 480 something billion naira for Salah people's period. What are you saying? Are you saying there are no Christians in that country? But when you start discussing that, the Muslims will start to talk. So let us be sincere. Let us balance what is happening. What is good for the goose should always good for the gander. It is not easy the way the common man, the way we are living in this country. I don't know how people how they survive since the fuel has been increased, since the dollar rate has gone up. I don't know. But if we talk and talk, it is not that because we love or we hate the President Tinubu. No, but it is just because we are not enjoying the dividend of democracy, and we see how our leaders are lavishing our money all over the world. But my prayer is just that God, in His infinite mercy, will just continue to sustain us, because it is God that have been sustaining us, and I pray you continue to sustain us. Good morning and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Pastor Sunday Akinlowo, and the Lord knows I genuinely appreciate you reaching out, because I noticed as well that he didn't call last week, and I do agree with you that at the end of the day, who wins? The politicians, our leaders. They are the very comfortable ones, to be very honest with you. They are not going through what we're going through, so we need to relax and be less toxic with one another. We need to be tolerant of one another. And Pastor Sunday Akinlowo, the truth of the matter is, this didn't start May 29th, actually. It started, I think to a reasonable extent, it skyrocketed right after Buhari came into power. Because I remember I was on radio during Jonathan's period, and I knew what it was like at that time. It wasn't as toxic as, it became immediately after Buhari got into power. I don't know what is responsible for it, but we are less tolerant as a people now. The way we support politicians these days, it's extremely concerning. And I see that same bile, being thrown at media professionals as well. Sometimes you're talking and you have someone call in and say that you've been bought, you've been biased, and all that. And I'm thinking, what do you think the media is there for? Politicians, they have, how do I put it? Politicians have made a mockery of a lot of sectors in this country. Yes, I do say that. And it's so unfortunate that, we expect the media as well to have been bought by these people. It's unfortunate, and it's really, really sad. So I think that we need to slow down more and ask ourselves, genuine questions. Why are we less tolerant? And I'm not saying that, some people the people that are pro, they are more into it, or the people that are anti, they are more into it. No, that's not it. I'm not mentioning names, and I'm not mentioning a particular, certain divides. We need to be more tolerant of one another. Somebody likes Tinubu, he's their cup of tea. We need to let them be. You understand? And if somebody does not appreciate this particular administration, we also need to understand why they do not like this administration and respect it. So instead of being, calling names and I don't know. Good morning to you, Fresher from Lagos. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Who are we speaking with?
My name is Tony from Kurudu.
Oh, Mr. Tony, good morning to you, ma. How are you doing today, ma?
I'm doing well.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks so much for calling, ma. Thank you, ma.
How was your weekend?
It was okay. It was good. Thank you, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
I just want to talk on the presidency.
Okay, ma.
They have not finished the first yet. People are going and people are not enjoying their government. They are talking about 2026. So if you finish what the contestants first, before becoming important, it's just because of the availability of Nigerians. That's why they can do what they want to do and they can say anything. Because they are just attacking our emotions by saying all those things. We are not enjoying this career. You are telling us that we are doing. They know that we are not going to vote for them, but we are just going to grab the government. And for those that are being sent here, when they come, the government should try and prepare some support for them because they ran away because of the problem of Nigeria. And if nothing is done, a lot of things will happen. Which will look for what they can do and prepare certain things for them so that they can come and not feel the pain too much. So that's by the answer and that's the president.
Yes, ma'am.
They should try and do something else. They should leave Nigeria alone to the problems that they are facing. When the national youth said, we call a strike.
Okay.
We were so committed to the strike, and within 2 hours, we stopped. I think they want the network owners to make it clean so that they can solve the sound. That's what we does. Following the
Okay, ma'am.
that's the labor of the
Okay.
He's traveling to outside Nigeria to go and meet the president now. It's a meeting.
All right.
There will be some commitments. So it's not supposed to represent Nigeria, it's representing himself.
Okay.
There are a lot of parties that are much stronger than his network thing.
This one,
So
okay.
we should just say and leave Nigerians with their problems. And
All
the
right.
government should
Thank
listen
you so
to our
much.
complaints. A lot of people are talking on radio, talking on television, and doing a lot of comments here and there. But nobody is listening. And while they are listening, they just decide to be adamant.
All right,
Just
ma.
say that someday Nigeria will get good governance.
Amen. Amen.
Please have a nice day.
You too, ma. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you very much, Mrs. Toyin. She called in from Ikorodu. And I think I like the part where she talked about 2027, that, politicians are already talking about 2027. You can find that, I think, on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Presidency to Atiku, El-Rufai, Obi and others. We will meet in 2027. Similar to Nigerian Tribune's banner headline on 2027, Northern Leaders Coalition proponents write off a People's Democratic Party. And we just walked into 2025. I mean, we're still wishing some people Happy New Year. If you haven't seen anyone this year, you're likely to say Happy New Year to them. And these people are already clamoring, fighting and, making, strategizing for 2027. It goes to show that, honestly, I think leadership is basically a suggestion to some of them. It's all about grabbing power and all that. I think it was Dr. Goodluck Jonathan who said that a while ago, that they only usually work for maybe like 2 years when they're in power, because after that they are basically re-strategizing for re-election, and it's quite unfortunate. This is just 2025 and we're already talking about 2027, making permutations and all that. Whatever happened to what Nigerians are going through right now, whatever happened to fixing the healthcare system? Instead of having the president, and governors, House of Assembly members, senators, and all of them, receiving healthcare outside the country. Whatever happened to fixing that? The education system is almost, a rot. We're not fixing that. I mean, but what we're talking about right now is solely about elections, grabbing power. That is all that concerns them right now. Good morning to you, Fresh from Lagos. Hello.
God bless you.
Good morning to you. God bless you, sir. Amen. Thank you, sir. Who is speaking?
Morning. How was your weekend, ADENIKE?
It was okay. Thank you, sir. Sir. Who am I speaking with?
All right. You are speaking with Pastor Rotifa from Lagos.
Oh, Pastor Rotifa, good morning to you, sir. Thanks so much for calling.
God bless you. I'm
Yes,
sorry
amen.
for the experience at your estate this morning.
Oh.
Just one out of so many that
I
some of
know.
us are passing through.
Wow.
Just one out of it.
Wow. Thank you.
Precisely, I just want to encourage you are the referee on the field, that stadium.
Yes, sir.
Before the pastoral job, I'm a professional journalist. I spent 13 years in Daily Times and about 5 years in LTV. It turned out to be a demotion. But I want to assure you, please, if anybody wants to take over the show from you, please do it diligently with decorum and cut them off. This is in a situation where a caller is giving his or her own opinion, personal opinion, which is not binding on anybody, which is not even what you are dictating. And somebody now come up and be calling names. It's annoying. You don't have to agree with what Pastor Rotifa is saying, but don't go on air to attack each and every one of us. Look at what Pastor, whatever Pastor Adelo just said.
Yeah.
That this kind of is discouraging him not to even call again. Now, we have opinion polls. You cannot tell me that what you like is what I will like. Today, precisely, if Abacha is allowed, some people that they are fat under his regime, they will see the So I don't know why Nigerians are so myopic that we don't allow. We have allowed this government to use divide and rule to discourage us. If you don't agree with somebody's opinion about a refinery, keep quiet about it. It is not enough. Look at today, Monday, that everybody is always looking forward to, that the time is a little bit higher than other days that we can contribute. They begin to argue blindly. Please discourage that, please. If anybody wants to begin to mention names, call it. You are the referee on the field. Let them go to hell. It's annoying. It's very annoying. I'm not teaching you your job.
I understand, sir.
I know you are a respected Yoruba lady. I know you for that.
Thank you, sir.
But if people don't know that you have the hammer, the sledgehammer, and begin to mention names, it's annoying. If they have any issue with personal people, let them go and barricade the road and attack the person, not on radio. Everybody has opinion to say about the Nigerian whatever we are passing through. We are taxpayers. We know how to challenge the government. We can't go to the bar. Go to Asoro. The only means of hearing our view is this program. If I have allowed you people, please don't allow anybody to bastardize this opportunity, and don't allow them to begin to disturb your place.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm not teaching you your job.
It's okay, sir.
In a situation where
thank you, sir.
I begin to mention it, it's annoying.
You're my senior colleague, and I do appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Pastor Rotifa. All right, sir.
Wonderful.
You too, sir. Thank you. God bless you too, sir. I'm so grateful, Pastor Rotifa. Good morning to you. We're fresher from Lagos.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Who are we speaking with?
This is Prince from Magodo.
Prince from Magodo. Prince, good morning to you. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was okay. We're thankful. Please shoot, sir.
The former administration was there for 8 years.
Yes, sir.
The same set of people urged the man on. He is the best. He is that. He has come to revolutionize. The same people that were defending him those days, they are the one criticizing him. That he spoiled the administration for this. They are another man. That is how Nigerians are. They defend the indefendable. And they continue to suffer and be in pain just because of love for one man. When we are talking about the administration of Buhari, we are criticizing everybody. Allow Buhari to do it. He knows what he's doing. Today, because the economy is in ruin, they are criticizing the administration. That we are criticizing them. That is the other administration that is the reason why this one is not performing. Well, my conclusion is this. Some people came to this life to suffer and to defend those who make life difficult for them. Let them go ahead.
All right,
at least that is what they are here for. Bye.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. That was a Prince from Magodo. I'm certain nobody came into this world to suffer. Honestly, I've never met anyone who said they are in this world solely to suffer. Good morning to you. We're fresher from Lagos. Oh, Akpago, I'm sorry I have to disconnect you, honestly, because I'm certain there is one person who is yet to call in. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you, sir.
Thank God you are a very good job.
Thank you so much, sir.
I love the way you just disconnected Akpago and you.
Oh.
Yeah, because a whole lot of people have been on the line trying to reached to you and wanting to express our feelings. But quite unfortunate that it's as if some people have magic fingers compared to us. But my name is Prince Akaise.
Oh, Prince Akaise, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for calling.
I'm very fine. You know, I've been listening. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Fresh FM for giving us the opportunity to speak on behalf of millions of Nigerians. And I also want to use the opportunity to say happy Founders Day to my alma mater, Batman High School, who will be 65 years. But let me put that aside. The truth is, you know, I keep saying it, that when you run government from the angle of profit making, the people will be at the receiving end, which is not supposed to be. You run government from the angle of services.
Okay.
One of the persons appointed at NLC. NLC should not come and tell us to do protest, because when we needed NLC, they didn't turn up. They didn't turn up. It is not now that they increase tariff for telecoms and NLC say they want to go on protest. It's bullshit.
Oh, please, language, please. Language, sir.
I'm very sorry.
Yes,
I'm very sorry for that language, but I'm very sorry. NLC should stop that.
Okay.
They increase electricity. Now they are still telling us they will increase electricity. NLC is not doing anything. And they're not telling us they want to go on protest. And finally, Port Harcourt refinery is working. Warri refinery is working. We have Dangote. Ordinarily, by now, the price of crude oil should be dropping, because they say it is the dollar that is driving it. And again, the dollar is falling at the international market. Why can't Nigeria economy reflect what is happening in the international market? Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Prince Akaise. Thank you very much, my dollar man. Thank you very much. And that's it, basically. That's all we can take this morning, because it's 8:54 already. But I want to say a big thank you to everyone who called in. Even those of, especially you, if you probably disagreed with someone. That's the beauty of shows like this. It's okay for us to disagree with one another. Like Yoruba people will say, meaning that we all can sleep in a particular direction and, you know, face the same, you know, direction. You get it? But we just have to be very civil. We have to be polite. We have to be very tolerant. We also have to be respectful. It's fine to disagree. We should disagree, actually, but we must find a way around it, and we need to try as much as possible to make this space less toxic. Because like what Pastor Akinlaw said, I'm sure that one or two people also agree with him. You know, maybe I don't see it that way, but that's also because I'm the umpire, so I probably don't, you know, see what you are seeing. But I would appreciate if we respected one another more and be less, you know, disrespectful, if I can use that word. But I want to say big thank you to everyone who calls in from time to time. You've been listening since like forever. Thank you very much for choosing Fresh 105.3 FM Lagos. Most importantly, thank you so much for always listening to Freshly Pressed. Thank you for your feedback. On Facebook, oh my goodness, let me not forget. Good morning. Oh my good, I can't believe this. I almost forgot. Adenike, good morning on PHCN tariff increment that's coming from Patrick. The light that we don't have is what they want to increase again. What are we gaining from this regime? All right. Good morning to you, Alade. Good morning, Matthew. Ige Oladejo. Every caller is entitled to their views, but we need to be factual, no sentiment. We know ourselves. Good morning, Ajaotunde. Good morning, Adenike. I gbadun your program. Almighty God will continue to strengthen you. Amen. Thank you so much. Lawal, good morning. Oluwaseyo Labisi, good morning. The government knows what they're doing, and I want to know that the messier it gets for the citizens, the better for the government. God will save us in Jesus' name. Muftal, good morning. Omolara, good morning to you. Thank you so much. I think, you know, I'm glad I did that. I mean, the comments on Facebook, actually. Thank you so much once again for being a huge mother-in-law's birthday. Today, February 3rd, year 2025. She's a year older today. My mother-in-law, Mrs. Olushola LANLEHIN. Thank you so much, Mommy. You know, one funny thing about her, and I told myself that I was going to talk about this. If you know, all of us would ask her for stuff. Maybe, for example, you see onions. You walk into the kitchen and you see onions on the floor. And you're like, Mommy, Mofalu Bosa. The first thing she's going to say is, no, Emma won't come you. And maybe like 30 minutes after you're about leaving, and she goes, and I'm thinking, okay, kill and shakofu in the first place. I was at a house a couple of days ago, and she had, yam flour, elubo. So I was like, oh, mommy mo fe elubo. Ma foko elubo mi, And when I was leaving, she just said, Magwa will let you look back elubo. Okay, kill him pofu in the first place. I really love you so much. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations to you, and make sure you have a fabulous new year ahead of you. Thank you so much for loving us. Thank you for supporting all of us. Thank you so much for being there always. And like I said this morning, thank you for mommying us. We love you. Happy birthday to you, Momsy. And I can't wait to see you later in the day. So it's been freshly pressed on your fresh 105.3 Lagos. My name is ADENIKE LANLEHIN. I leave you with this one coming from, I saw the video 2 days ago, and it's been stuck in my head since then. This is Alexito with Baby Walan Colombo. I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Good morning.
Baby Walan Colombo. Baby Walan Colombo. Baby Walan Colombo. Baby Walan Colombo. You come chop my money and you tell